Who are you?
Mary Poppins. The tutor? Don't worry, I can't actually see.
Welcome to hell.
Nice to meet you.
Please make this go away. I learned my lesson.
You learned nothing. Find someone who can see better than you can.
I heard someone sneaking in last night. Where'd you go?
I went to see about this girl. You went to regular school?
Living hell has its upside. Chicks dig blind guys.
Too bad they don't dig ugly guys.
How do you know?
What you do when you're stuck, 'cause the
Pretty gruesome, huh?
I've seen worse.
has pushed you away.
What about when people see you?
They don't. I got it down.
You kind of remind me of this guy at my old school. He was sweeter than he wanted anyone to think.
I'm gonna build her a greenhouse. She's very into roses.
This rocks.
Do you want to go somewhere with me?
Feels like I've known you forever.
I need more time. I might have a shot if I have more time.
Can't. Sorry. You were the most beautiful man I have ever met.
This is one of those movies where you either love it or hate it. I personally loved it. I think the young cast did an amazing job, and my favorite character was Will, a blind teacher played by Neil Patrick Harris. He was so funny and a perfect addition to this modern-day tale. Also, I was very impressed by Vanessa Hudgens' performance, and I hope she puts more movies like this one out. Overall, it was a great movie, and I really think everyone should check it out. I took my boyfriend, and he even liked it. You should check out the soundtrack too, because it is a great listen. Now stay tuned to WMCM. Brett Bailey will be back with this weekend's weather.
Fact: University of Wisconsin-La Crosse is ranked the #2 college in the Midwest.
UW-La Crosse is ranked #34 for out-of-state students among public universities nationwide.
UW-La Crosse is ranked as one of the most military-friendly schools in the nation.
UW-La Crosse is number 24 among medium colleges and universities for Peace Corps volunteers.
Welcome back to WMCM. I'm your chief meteorologist, Brett Bailey. Let's take a look at this weekend's weather. Today it was a high of 53, a low of 40 with some clouds. It's supposed to rain a little bit tonight. Coming into Friday, it's supposed to rain all day. We're going to have a high of 47, low of 42. Saturday, it's supposed to be cloudy in the morning. It's going to clear up to have some sun in the afternoon with a high of 55 and a low of 39. And rounding out the weekend, we're going to have partly cloudy skies on Sunday with a high of 62 and a low of 45. And now here's Mary Coan with this week's interview.
Thanks, Brett. We're here today with junior Larissa Brusky, whose experience here at UWL has been certainly a unique one. Unlike most students who call the Midwest home, Larissa hails from a variety of states across the U.S. and abroad. So Larissa, can you tell us a little bit more about where you've lived before you came here to UWL?
Sure. I was born in California. When I was 6, I moved to outside of Chicago. When I was 12, I moved to London, England, and then I came here for college, and my parents currently live in Miami, Florida.
Goodness, you just kind of all across the map there.
Yeah.
So how has living in so many different places affected your friendships and your relationships with your extended family?
With my extended family, I think it's actually made us closer. When we lived in England, we couldn't see them all the time, and so when we were together for special occasions, you know, holidays and things like that, it definitely made us bond more and really brought the, you know, the family unity together. And friendship-wise, I think it definitely makes you realize who your true friends are and who will really be there for you. As kind of mean or as harsh as that sounds, you know, being so far away from people that you went to school with or that you would consider a friend, it really puts a strain on that relationship. So it really makes you value the people that you stay in contact with.
All right. And of course, you picked up again and came all the way to La Crosse. What made you choose this campus out of all those other exotic places you've been?
It was kind of a threefold. My mom went to La Crosse, so that's how I knew about the school. And there was a program here that I really wanted to do and was interested in, and it's a good program here, and so that was another factor. And also, pretty much my whole family lives in Wisconsin. I have family that's about half an hour away, so I guess all those factors combined. And me really liking the school and the campus when I visited it just kind of made me realize I wanted to come here.
All right. So when you came here, when you first came here, your parents were still in London, but you had extended family here. So how did that incredible distance affect your transition here as a freshman?
It was actually very difficult coming in here as a freshman. I would say that I was definitely homesick quite a bit my first semester, and it was always hard to call my parents and to stay in contact with them with the time difference. So if I wanted to call them, I would have to make sure I did it in the morning or in the early afternoon. Otherwise, you know, at 9 o'clock at night, it'd be 3 in the morning for them and too late to call. So it was definitely a strain in that relationship, but it was nice to still have family close by that I know that I can call and be like, I just want a home-cooked meal. Can I come over? And, you know, it'd be fine that way.
Okay, so you've experienced a lot of different cultures with London, Miami, California, and Chicago. So did you have any trouble understanding kind of the Midwest culture and some of our colloquialisms like up north and bubbler when you first came here?
I had a little bit of, I don't want to say trouble, but it was definitely different. Because I had lived outside of Chicago, I was more familiar with it, and since my family lives in Wisconsin, it wasn't as much of a struggle as I thought it was going to be, but there were definitely some differences. The bubbler that you mentioned especially, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And there are also a few kind of culture things like TV shows that I had never heard of and bands that I don't know what you're talking about. So things like that were a little different, and so I would always just say, I haven't lived here in 6 years, you need to keep me updated with this. But it worked out, you know, found myself sliding right into the Midwest culture.
Okay, and since your freshman year, your parents have moved to Miami, and becoming more familiar with the La Crosse area. How has your parents being so far away continued to impact you now that you're more familiar with campus?
It's not as much of an impact as it was when I first came here. Now that I've built up my friendships and my networks and everything, I definitely feel like La Crosse is a sense of home. Although it does kind of put a strain on staying in contact with my parents. You know, I can't go home for a weekend. It would be a 5-hour drive to Chicago to catch a 3-hour plane ride to Miami. So it's a little bit of a strain that way, but I think it's definitely made me more independent and has worked out a little bit. So it's good. It's different.
Fantastic. Well, you spoke about social networking and kind of having that pull here, and you're a part of residence life here on campus. You're an RA in Hutch Hall, and how has that altered your view of campus and your perspective on life since you joined the residence life team?
I think I definitely bring a little bit more of a different viewpoint to a lot of issues that might arise in the residence halls. And I think that the variety of people that I've met throughout the different places that I lived had also helped me get to know and understand different people's backgrounds and viewpoints and where they're coming from. I definitely think it's helped living in the variety of places that I have. And, you know, I bring something different to the table, I guess. It sounds like a, you know, business thing, but with a lot of issues that might arise, I have different viewpoints and a lot of things that people might not necessarily have thought of. It's nice to know that I can bring that to the table.
Great. So most people would say London, Miami, that's fantastic, and we would be mad jealous. But if there's anything you could change about your experience, what would you do?
I wouldn't change much. If anything, I would say I wish I had a pet. We never really stayed in a place long enough and traveled a lot, so we can never have pets, I guess I would say. I like a dog.
Wow, that's perfect, because stay tuned for James Bushman. He'll be back with sports, and then we'll take another look at perfect pets from the Cary Region Humane Society.
Bert is a young little babe looking for a home to help him become a great dog. With time to adjust and the proper introductions, he should do well in a home with both cats, dogs, and children. Vinny is ready for the nice weather and hoping you are too. He is active, eager to please, and silly. He would do best in a home with children 12 years and older. Topaz is a very soft and sweet girl. She loves to play and have lots of fun. She has a wonderful personality and will be a great addition to any home. Cowboy is a very handsome gentleman. He loves attention and would also love to find a lap to keep warm. He has a big personality and needs a home with lots of love.
To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Cary Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Again, the number for the Cary Region Humane Society is 781-4014. The Lady Eagles tennis team is really heating up as they traveled down to Madison this past weekend for a dual meet with Carthage College and Edgewood College while on a 4-match win streak. In the first matchup against the Lady Reds of Carthage, UWL swept all 9 matches easily, claiming victory, which was their 19th of the season. They followed that performance up with a win against the Edgewood Eagles with an 8-1 victory. The only loss came at 2 doubles. Our Lady Eagles record now stands at 20-4, which is very important. 20 wins is the new single-season school record for lacrosse and women's tennis. The team still has 1 match left against St. Olaf, which was postponed this Wednesday due to the snow. After that, the eyes are set on the WIAC Automatic Qualifying Tournament in Whitewater on April 30th. Congrats, ladies. The UWL men's tennis team also had a record-setting weekend as they won their 18th match of the season, tying their highest win total in school history. Lacrosse was swept in their first matchup against the 8th-ranked UW Whitewater Warhawks 5-0, but it was sweet redemption for lacrosse in the second match against the Titans from Oshkosh, as the Eagles won 5 of the 7 completed matchup. Winners during the meet included Nick Piotrowski and Peter Statham at 1 doubles, as well as their respective single matches. Nathan Fakeda and Stephen Queering picked up a win at 2 dubs, and CJ Schwind claimed victory at 4 singles. The Eagles conclude their season with an 18-7 record, almost identical to last season's 18-6. And finally, the men's track and field team captured the Eston Challenge last week Friday, right here at Veterans Memorial Sports Complex. The team was lifted to victory with 4 individual titles. Andy Novak won the shot put, and Isaac Vasquez won both the triple jump and the long jump. Scott Spexhart won the 110-meter hurdles. UWL also claimed victory in the 4x400-meter relay with the team of Paul Earhart, Terrence Thigpen, Tyson Young, and Eric Hession. The same team also claimed second in the 4x100. Other top finishers included Rob Roy taking second in the pole vault, Troy Brooks placed second in the long jump, Nick Stone 1 place behind as well. There are also 5 individuals placing second on the track. Zach Lee in the 100-meter dash, Matt Gordy in the 200, Bruce Schmitz in the 800, the 3000 had Tyler Hines, and Adam Nichols in the 110-meter hurdles. They total 199.5 points. That was 28 more than the nearest competitor, UW Oshkosh. You can find the Eagles returning to the track and field tomorrow as they head upriver to the Winona State Warrior Open. And that's all for This Week in Sports.
Well, thank you very much, James.
Wow, those guys are doing really good this spring, our spring sports team.
They're really cleaning up, and they're locking up a lot of automatic bids to go to nationals, which is really exciting.
That's awesome.
So we're going to be well represented, and it's even good too because we're doing really well in the national ranking as well. I think last I checked we were 7th overall, which is really great.
Nice. And not only that though, but to set school records like that in men's and women's tennis.
I know.
I mean, that's awesome.
We're making a statement, and it's so consistent every year, which is really great, I think, as well.
Yeah. Got a great bunch of players on there. Really do.
Yeah. So I'm pumped for our sports teams.
Yeah. One thing they don't have in me though, is limbo. I'm gonna go do that the luau.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Limbo camp.
All right. Well, thanks for watching this week's WMCM's Week in Review. Make sure to join us next week, Thursday at 4:30, right here on Campus Channel 6, Charter Channel 96, and Digital Cable Channel 989.